Oleksandr Usyk is one of today's top pound-for-pound boxers in the world. After capturing his first world title in September of 2016, Usyk cleaned out the very talented cruiserweight division in a span of over just 2 years. Then the 6'3" Ukrainian made his long-awaited pro debut at heavyweight on October 12, 2019. Now, before he makes his run at heavyweight, the question remains, how good is Oleksandr Usyk really? Hey guys, welcome back to Ringside Stories. Feel free to like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you enjoy the content. In this episode, we're discussing the top 5 notable wins in Oleksandr Usyk's career so far. Mind you, this is my personal opinion, so feel free to add yours in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Number 5. August 14th, 2015, Usyk faced Murat Huck, aka Marco Huck, who between 2009 and 2014 made 13 successful title defenses of the WBO belt before losing to Krzysztof Głowacki. And so Usyk went over to Germany to defend his WBO belt, which originally belonged to Captain Huck at the start of the decade. From the opening bell, it was clear this was a mismatch of epic proportions. Usyk danced around, broke Huck down methodically before stopping him in the 10th round. In all fairness, Marco Captain Huck just came off a loss to Mairis Briedis and was past his best. Still, this was a credible win for Usyk, which helped him progress to the World Boxing Super Series semi-final. Number 4. September 17, 2016, Usyk faced Polish WBO Cruiserweight World Champion Krzysztof Głowacki, who had 2 back-to-back wins over former champions Steve Cunningham and Marco Captain Huck. The fight showed Usyk's IQ as the Ukrainian simply outsmarted and outboxed the undefeated Głowacki, winning a comfortable unanimous decision in Głowacki's backyard of Poland.
And the new WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Oleksandr Usyk.
Number 3. Just 4 months after conquering the World Boxing Super Series, winning all of the major belts including the ring and lineal titles, Usyk faced former WBC champion Tony Bellew, who was coming off back-to-back wins at heavyweight over former unified cruiserweight David the Haymaker Haye. Prior to those Haye fights, Bellew relinquished his WBC Cruiserweight World title and was undefeated at Cruiserweight. So beating Bellew held significance, as a successful defense of his undisputed crown would solidify Usyk as the main man at Cruiserweight. Usyk started off slow, partly because Bellew boxed very clever. Then after the second round, the Ukrainian started to pick up the pace and slowly break down the Englishman. Then in the 8th, Usyk landed a devastating left cross that dropped Tony Bellew heavily. Bomber would not be able to answer the call and decided to hang up his gloves after the fight. An amazing display of patience, precision, and tactical prowess from Oleksandr Usyk. Number 2. On January 18, 2018, Usyk traveled to Riga, Latvia to square off with undefeated WBC Cruiserweight World Champion Mairis Briedis in the World Boxing Super Series semifinals. The script that Oleksandr Usyk followed in most of his fight was to break down his opponent that will lead to either a comfortable points decision win or at some point a stoppage. Briedis did not follow that script, as this unification match turned out to be an action-packed fight with good boxing tactics and even controversy. Although Briedis managed to connect at a higher percentage, I personally believe Usyk was the effective aggressor, determining the pace for most part of the fight. And so I scored the fight 115 to 113, just like 2 of the 3 judges scored the fight. Considering the fight took place in Briedis' home country of Latvia, this is a good win over yet another elite cruiserweight world champion who, at the making of today's episode, holds a world title at cruiserweight yet again. Number 1. On July 21st, 2018, Usyk fought unified WBA and IBF World Cruiserweight Champion Murat Gassiev in Moscow, Russia, making for Usyk's 6th consecutive world title fight away from home. Coming into the finals, Gassiev beat 3 former champions in Krzysztof and Denis Lebedev, and his World Boxing Super Series semi-final match against WBA champ Yuniel Dorticos. On paper, this looked to be one of the toughest fights of Usyk's career so far because despite his limited fights, both pro and amateur, Gassiev showed immense raw talent, which made him become a solid unified cruiserweight world champion in just 26 fights. Still, Usyk made this fight look easy. Despite getting hit earlier, the Ukrainian pulled away from the second half of the fight as Usyk put on a dazzling display of boxing prowess, ring IQ, speed, and movement, outpointing the Russian with a unanimous decision in style. So Oleksandr Usyk's best wins certainly did not happen by happenstance, because other than the Briedis fight, Usyk dominated in all of his other world title fights, making him the best cruiserweight since Evander Holyfield. Unlike the real deal, Usyk still has all to prove for at heavyweight. More on that in a future episode. What are your thoughts on Oleksandr Usyk? Which do you consider his best wins? Drop your comments below and let's have a conversation. Feel free to like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you enjoy the content. This is Boxing's Objective Observer with ringside stories. Thanks for watching and have a legendary day.